Today, you will be able to compare different place values with multiplication. To start with, we're going to begin by just counting some blocks, like this one on the screen. How many blocks do you see? There is one block, which we can show with the number 1 or by putting 1, 1 on the place value chart. Now let's keep counting. Whisper count with me as we add blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Let's stop there. I have 10 blocks. But what if instead of all of these little blocks, I decide to glue them together to make one big tower? How many blocks are in that entire tower? If you count it up, you can see the tower is made up of 10 blocks. So we can call it a tower of 10. On our place value chart, we can show the same thing by circling all of the ones that we've drawn. Now, how many towers of 10 have I built? Well, you can see right now there's just one tower. And so with my ones on the place value chart, they will turn into just 1 10. Let's review what we've learned so far. One tower of 10 is equal to how many blocks? This tower is called a... Now we're going to keep adding blocks. This time, instead of one at a time, we're going to add an entire tower each time. Whisper count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's stop there. That's a lot of blocks. So what if I glue all of these together again? How many blocks are in this entire square? Well, we just counted them. We remember that this is a square of 100 blocks. We could call it 100 square. Now, how many towers of 10 did it take to build this 100 square? Well, you can see it took 1 tower, 2 towers, 3 towers, 4 towers, 5, 6 towers, 7 towers, 8 towers, 9 towers, 10 towers. It took 10 towers of 10, just like the 10 tens that we have on our place value chart. And we could show that all 10 of these tens are being put together to form just 100 square. Let's review again. This 100 square is equal to how many blocks? 100 square is equal to how many towers of 10? This 100 square is called a... Now we're going to keep building. This time, we're going to add an entire 100 square each time. So let's count together. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And now let's take this giant cube of blocks and let's glue all of it together. How many blocks are in this entire giant cube? Well, we just counted them up and found there are 1,000 blocks in this cube. And how many 100 squares did it take to build this cube? Well, we can see it took 1, 2, 3, 400 squares, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 100 squares, just like the 10 hundreds that we've drawn on our place value chart. So similar to before, what we could do is think of gluing all of those 100 squares together to make just 1,000 cube, which we could show as 1,000 on the place value chart. Let's take another brain break. 1 cube is equal to how many blocks? One of these big cubes is equal to how many hundred squares? One of these big cubes is called a... Now it's time to describe what we've learned. We know that this tower is how many times as many blocks as just one block? Well, we can see it is 10 times as many as one block. The sentence you can think in your mind is that 110 is 10 times as many as 1 Using multiplication, you can write 110 is equal to 10 times 1 We can keep this process going. 100 square is how many times as many as 1 tower of 10? 100 square is 10 times as many as 1 tower of 10. So you can write the sentence, 100 is 10 times as many as 110, or using multiplication can say 100 equals 10 times 110. Lastly, 1,000 cube is how many times as many as 100 square? Just like before, 1,000 cube is 10 times as many as 100 square. So you could say 1,000 is 10 times as many as 100, or using multiplication, 1,000 equals 10 times 100. Now we've seen how you can relate tens, ones, hundreds, and thousands using multiplication and a place value chart. And that's all for now.